Shalom Israel, Shalom. It's your brother Kuala Ma. And first things first, all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And thank you guys for coming by if you're watching the video. And then thought I'd take a little time out just to give a sit down before I go out on the highways and byways today. And all I can say, brothers, is close. It's very, very close, man. Just been watching a lot of news this morning, you know, trying to get my mind right. That's a daily routine, and I suggest to all you brothers out there, if you can do that, first thing you do when you get up, you know, hit that internet if you got it. If you don't, my best thing is to grab a library card. You know, library's free most of the time, you know, around some places. So grab a library card and, you know, hit that news. You got to be watchman so you can tell people what's going on and things like that. And I'm gonna try to bring out some recent information in the highways and byways too that I've been learning. Also double honors to the elders of GMS and all the brothers out there doing the work. Thank you guys. Keep going, Ox. You know, just keep it going and keep strong the last time, man. And some of you brothers just came in the truth. You're coming in at the last home stretch, so you got to go double hard, man. Go real hard in this, man. Go as hard as you can. If you can do two a days, sit downs, and, you know, try to get yourself, you know, in this word as much as you can. That'd be the best thing to do. And I guess, you know, the message today to sit down, I'm gonna call Esau's ways of Esau, because that's what actually has been the Spirit led me into looking at today. I was just looking at some things on Oprah and old Oprah about, you know, these so-called Jewish, these Khazars, you know, Edomites out here, the things they do and we don't see, and, you know, you never know and never experience. But we're going to get into some of that ways, and I'm just going to try to tie it as best as I can with these scriptures and just to give you guys some edification and understanding. So first thing we're going to do is, and also make sure you guys keep your swords on. You know, you got to keep both your swords, you know, double edge and cutting the utensils, man, because right here, this truth is cutting a lot of what people saying in this world and trying to, you know, keep it alive in this so-called society, and it's done. If you can't see it, it's done. If you can tell rain's coming, you can't tell this end's coming, you blind. You're going to stay blind. But let's get into Psalms 55 and 21. Psalms 55 and 21. Psalms 55 and 21, and it says, the word of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. And the understanding on that, I'll read that one more time for you. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Words of his mouth smoother than butter. That means when they come up, you can tell when these so-called Edomites, so-called Amalek, and these so-called Edomites, man, when they come up to you, they talk real smooth to you, you know, almost like, oh, everything's cool. Just you can take time out with a car salesman. You know how they say those are the most, you know, those cheap guys, those car salesmen. They come up to you smooth. They talk to you all kind. They say, man, you're going to get a good deal. This is a steal. You know, they tell you all these things, but really they're just, you know, they're just words. They're smooth words to, you know, calm you down so you don't come aggressive. Of course, you're going to look at that person and, you know, all of a sudden not trust. But that's why they come with those smooth words to, you know, get your guard down. And it says right here, but war was in his heart. So the whole time they talking peace, 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 war is in their heart. And that's what they do right now, so-called the society we in and the government of democracy is. You go in there talking about, oh, we trying to give them rights, so-called give women rights or give these people rights, or so-called totalitarian government, and they're, you know, so bad that we got to come in there and save these people. But it says the words in his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. These words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. It says softer than oil, means right there, just like that. It's just smooth, you know, it's just giving to you everything that you want to hear is right there. And they're telling you, and it sounds good, you know, like, oh, I'll do this for you, you do that. Not attend the Indian happens with the so-called Indians when they came over here. How they told them, let's get these peace treaties. Every one of their treaties was null and void. They broke every one of them. Took their land and put them in so-called ghettos they call reservations, you know, and got them sitting in there. And then let's go, and it says, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burdens upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. And that's right there. It's going right to you brothers out there in the truth. He'll never suffer you. If you're going out there in all honesty and all love in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, then he's going to get you. You know, he knows you ain't strong. He knows. You think he don't know? You know, most of the brothers that come in this truth, man, you come out of sleep. What happens when you come out of sleep? You're groggy. You don't know what's going on. You're just pretty much you're weak, man. You're at the weakest you probably, because when you sleep, sleeping heavy. You know, you're dead. You know what you said, you're dead. You're dead to the Most High. And then when you come back in it, you're woken up. And when you wake somebody up, especially you ever seen someone get knocked out. When you see someone get knocked out, and you know they can't, it takes them a while to get their brain back on track, get back in your power, get back in your, you know, get back to who you are, because now you're being woke up. So you got to get out of that grogginess. And he says, cast thy burdens upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. He said he'll never suffer the righteous. So if you come in all honesty and all, you know, your whole heart trying to do this for him, he ain't going to let you be moved. That's on him. He said he is not going to let you be moved. And that's one thing that I can tell about this whole book right here. When you read this, the Most High is putting his name on it. He's putting his honor and he's putting his word on it. If any time, if all of the things he's promised and all of the Most High is promising something almost in all of these, in these parables and these laws, statutes, and commandments right here in his book, he's putting his word on it. He's putting himself on there. He's not, you know, putting some kind of person you don't know. He's going by his name. He says by his name. Read this, says, cast thy burdens on the Lord, and he shall sustain thee, and he shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. So pretty much that's putting his name on there. That's putting him and all of his glory on the line just for you to go out there and just, he said he'll never suffer you to be moved. So if you come out there right and you come out here trying to do the word as best as you can, he ain't going to suffer you. No one's going to move you. You're pretty much a rock. Alright, and but going back to the heathens on that, let's go to Psalms 83 and 3, just to get some more understanding. Psalms 83 and 3. Psalms 83 and 3, man, and this is right here with Ty when they came up talking smooth words and stuff like this, man. This Psalms 83 and 3 give you a little bit of what the so-called Esau's way, and then how he came with the heathens to pretty much overthrow us and pretty much put us down, you know, with the smooth words. And he does it to the same people he got a so-called contract with or locked in with. He's still doing them wrong too. Okay, Psalms 83 and 3 says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, and the name of Israel may be in no more remembrance. And that is what the heathen have done, you know. Really, until people have been woken up, Israel was not being called by its name, you know. Yasha'Allah, Prince of Power. We've been forgotten until now. It's been the great awakening that's happened. Has been like that. It ain't been some, you know, brothers here and there were waking up probably back in the day when the elders were, you know, starting out and getting out there putting the word. But now it's like wildfire, you know. People just waking up left and right, and it's the elect. You know, a lot of people else have been waking up, but they ain't waking up to the truth. You can tell who got the truth, man. You got to come in all humble. It says to be gentle, wise as serpents, but be gentle as doves. You know, all these brothers coming in here, you know, with the art, they're just lost. You know, like it says, they cry and sigh for the abominations going on in this world. That's how I came in this truth. I was tired of seeing the lies. You just, so many lies start piling up, you start noticing it. And the more you try to not notice it, the more it sticks out in you, man. The more it starts bringing up in you, bubbled up in me, until I just started seeking, looking, you know, and Most High, he brought me to where I need to be at. But it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, which they did. You know, we ain't a nation no more. We ain't got no nationality. So-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans here in the States. You ain't got nobody at the UN for you. They don't send your representative out there. America don't represent us. When have we ever, you know, done any, you know, we ain't got no rights here. We still being killed by these officers. We still ain't got nothing, you know. I don't majority know a Negro just seen 100,000 in one time. You know, unless they so-called doing drug dealing and doing out there. That's the only time I've seen so-called Negroes on what I can say have been successful. Seen money, any type of real money, is doing the most horrible things. You gotta literally go. You gotta be grinding all the time, man. Literally out there grinding for these so-called Edomites, these Edomites, grinding for these Edomites, because that's who you're working for. That's who you think getting these chickens, all these bricks in here. How do you think's getting that? Ain't no Negroes got planes. Ain't no so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans got planes. And if they do got a plane, they ain't just flying it. They would get blown up. They ain't got air restrictions. It ain't happening. Use common sense, man. You gotta follow the money. Always follow the money. You follow the money and you can see where, you know, where it goes. You gotta have money to do things. You got money to pay the gas, to run these truck full of drugs. But anyway, man, that's the things they've been doing, man. But it says right here, it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Shalom, shalom, brothers. Let me turn this phone off. Sorry about that, brothers. I'm back. Salaki, and we was at Psalms 83 and 3, and let's just actually go down to 5. For they have counseled together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Eden. And this right here is naming. They said confederate is one. They're one accord. They're in one, and that they're still to the day. Still to the day, when you have this UN, just like I just got done saying with the UN, we don't got no cedars in there. We don't got nobody representing us there. So, well, you got to think that they all consulted. They're still to the day. They ain't coming out here like, oh, you need an African. So-called Africans ain't calling, let our people go. They ain't calling for us, man. We're not wanted by anybody. Ain't nobody coming to see what is going on with us. What is, and hold on, I got a verse. I got a verse. Jeremiah. Hold on, brother Salaki. Bear with me. Bear with me. I got a perfect to go with this. Perfect. Right. I knew Jeremiah 15 and 14. Jeremiah 15 and 14. Let me go to that. Right here. It says Jeremiah 15 and 14. And it says, and I will make I will make thee pass within thy enemy's land, into a land which thou knowest not, for a fire is kindled my anger with that shall burn upon you. Hold on. Pretty much right there, that's saying the Most High is that fire we kindled in us is literally is burning on us. His anger and all this things that we've done that's coming upon us. Hold on, Salaki, I need to get this verse. 15 and 14. Bear with me 1 second. 15 and 4, Salaki. 15 and 4, and it says, I will cause them to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth because of Manasseh's kingdoms of the earth, because Manasseh and the son of Hickah, king of Judah, for that which he did in Jerusalem. It says, for who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Who shall bemoan thee?